What's up? SweetBolin here, and today we're talking about Farming Simulator 19 again. Yes, we are. Now, what do you mean? What am I doing? What your business? Just gotta store your profits from your farming somewhere. Haven't you never heard of a piggy bank? What's wrong with you? Anyway, things have improved drastically thanks to my friend from Canada, Gus. He's been helping. We call him Gus. It's not his real name, but it's his gamer tag. So Gus has been helping me landscape all of this. Has anyone ever told you that you've got a really deep voice for a woman?
It's so deep.
And we ended up putting a pig pen up here. I've only got 2 pigs at the minute, but I don't have that much money to store, so yeah, anyway. And pigs produce manure and slurry. Oh, you don't want to know. Now, as I was saying, look, behind those machine sheds in previous videos, that field has been finished. It's been created. You can see the wheat grown on the first one, where the combine harvester... I'm looking way in the distance, by the way. And above it, there's a brand new field that's all been landscaped. So I've got 2 big arse fields over there. So more money, more money. Now it's raining, as you can see in here, and you can't harvest in the rain. So I've got all this wheat. Look, from the previous video where I started planting, all of this wheat has grown, and it's grown over there behind the machine sheds. And what we've done, because we've got pigs, I like levels. So basically we've got levels of farming. So up here is pigs, and then the next level down, pigs appreciate corn. So I've been growing corn. So this is still growing, believe it or not. Look at it. It's great, isn't it? Ooh, it's like a horror movie from Stephen King. But yeah, so pigs prefer corn above anything else. So I've been feeding them wheat while the corn's growing. So this is going to be my cornfield, which is... obviously I'll have a surplus to sell, but it'll be pig food as well. So we've got a cornfield there, pig pen there, wheat all the way down there. And the good thing about wheat is that basically you can enable your straw swathe on your harvester, and then drag this thing along to pick up all the straw. And once you've got all the straw in there, it goes in your barn. So it's thinking ahead. I mean, I'm teaching people who've been playing this a lot longer than me. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to... no, not you. No, not no, him. Yeah, you at the back, the one that's just got the game on PlayStation Now. Yes, for $8.99 a month, you can play this in over 700 games. Why wouldn't you? No brainer to me. And my last video was about mods. Quick one. I've got a pumpkin. Nice little mod. The Great Pumpkin. And it actually lights up at night, which is quite cool as well. And again, in the previous video, we talked about briefly these pallets collecting boxes of chicken eggs. Look, filling up nicely, thank you very much. So yeah, let's move on to this field over here. Look at that. As I start recording, the rain is literally... it's been raining all of the previous night and all of today so far, and it's now 13:17 PM, so basically nearly 20 past 1. But yeah, the previous video showed you the landscaping efforts that were going on, and I have been logging like a demon. I'm even creating art as I go. Look. It's not finished yet, but I'm creating art, and the premise is that obviously, and when I chopped this tree down, it didn't fall there, it fell somewhere else. I had to move it by crane because it was too heavy. So to me, look, that tree wants its head back. Not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but yeah, I'm creating tree art. It's another great thing you can do in this game. Anyway, this has all been deforested. This is all my land. I haven't had to buy it. This was part of the land I'd already purchased. A few trees to go, and then landscaping, probably flatten this out quite a bit. And I think I'm going to keep cows up here, I think. but I'm nowhere near that yet because there's still a lot to do. I've been doing my stump grinding as you do, so once you've chopped your trees down, you grind down the stumps with this little gizmo, again in a previous video, and the lands then obviously you can terraform, flatten, smooth the land, and stumps aren't going to get in your way when you try and place placeables such as buildings, animal pens and so on. If the tree stumps are there, they'll get in your way. So this is the brand new field that I created, and I guess it's hard to imagine if you haven't seen the previous video or two. That field was already there. That was a field that came with the land that I bought, but this wasn't. This was just, well, this was actually that high. So if you imagine, that's where it's been landscaped down from. That ridge there was this. That's where the slope met at the top. So it was that high, and it was too high and too sloping for a field. I mean, it would have been kind of fun to try it, but I wanted to have two really big long fields. Look at this. And I did all this with that simple little plough that I got. I don't really have a big plough at the moment, but I like it up here because it's like, I'm probably going to do something with this as well. I mean, I've started putting I don't know if they're still there, because I've noticed as well, I like to go, when you go to some of these places to sell your wood and so on, if you rummage through the bins you can find stuff. I actually found a couple of stools, wooden stools, and I took them home, put them on my porch, but the next time I loaded the game they were gone. And I've just noticed I was putting bits of tree stump, like sections of those tree stumps, down here as like road markers, but the game's obviously despawned them. Yeah, they're gone. Never mind. Wasn't a big thing. It was just something I was doing. So yeah, this goes all the way around and up and out elsewhere. I've got to go and look at that actually. I haven't been up there yet, where that little masting is. So you can see it's still raining, but when the sound of the rain stops, the rain's going to stop. Top right you can see I have a cloud icon. And that basically means that it's not raining, even though it's finishing up. It's just finishing up. So I'm ready to harvest, I believe, because obviously you can't harvest in the rain, as I said. But yeah, this was cool. This was a cool little project, landscaping that land down from up there. So it was a case of chiseling away slowly but surely. I mean, it might have been possible to get this field flat. I don't know, probably, but it would have been a bit strange. And I've obviously, having ploughed it, it's absolutely fine for laying down your seeds and then subsequently harvesting. It's fine. It's not too bumpy, and it's a lot better than it was because it literally went up to the lip of that little cliff there. That's how high this land was. But that's what I like about this game, the terraforming. The only other game I can think of that did it better, and it wasn't a better game, was 7 Days to Die. The terraforming in that game was great. I actually built a swimming pool in my back garden, literally dug out a rectangle, and then I had to go to the local town and fill up buckets of water and bring it back, and you could actually put the water from the buckets in the hole and it stayed there. And it didn't disappear when you came back from a load, So that was pretty cool. The terraforming in 7 Days to Die was unreal. Literally had a working mine shaft and all sorts. This isn't anywhere near that accomplished, but it's still good enough for what you want to do. Because obviously, why would you want to dig a hole all the way? Well, I suppose you would. You could, yeah, you could. That'd be interesting to find out actually. If you dig down, how far can you go? I don't know. I really don't know. When you lower the ground, there's got to be a limit. There's got to be. I can't imagine it's like that. But yeah, anyway, tree art. Try it yourself. Chop down a tree, and to me, this is like, look, there's his little arms. Look, there's his arm. There's his arm. I'm trying to figure out how to do the legs. I haven't quite got that bit sussed yet, because trying to get him to stick to the tree is not easy. But yeah, I think we're going to call it Lost in Thought or something like that. Anyway. So, while we're waiting for it to completely stop raining so I can start to make some of that dollar, I was walking around here. Again, this game was out 2018, I believe, so it's nothing new to most people. I don't understand. I guess it's an Easter egg. But I came around here. Me being me, I like to explore and have a look around. And I found this. Jet Set Farming. And I've picked up that hammer before and taken it home, but it despawns, so it reappears here when you load your game. So there's no point taking it home or keeping it. You can't. You can throw it. Can do a lot, doesn't it? But yeah, Jet Set Farming 2148. Maybe one of you watching would know more than I do what that's about. I guess it's just a little Easter egg, but it's a smashed up arcade machine. Kind of cool though. So yeah, roads, nothing, you know, too major to shout about, but it kind of adds to it for me. It's like, then again, this land still needs a little bit of terraforming, but using the landscaping feature, you can actually lay down tarmac roads, whatever surface you like. You can paint it whatever colours you like, from the ones that are available anyway. So I've started laying down a basic structure, so that road will continue up there and go around this field. Just haven't got round to it yet. And then the road turns into kind of a shingle. This is like a shingle texture. And this will take you all the way up to the pig pen and beyond. I like those bumps. Again, this that needs a bit of work. And it's actually like we had to think about the entrance to the pig pen, which is obviously this way. Then it turns to mud, because it would be, wouldn't it? It's pigs. And the cool thing about these pigs is that once you've got it up and running, you can add to your stock as much as you can afford. But you've got to feed them, keep them clean, water them. Water, we'll get onto water, that was cool. Again, my friend Gus showed me a really cool way with the water tanks to have water for free, considering I live near a stream. But yeah, pigs reproduce eventually as long as you look after them, and then you sell them. So again, it's a profit-making thing. Now, yeah, let's not get into where we're selling the pigs to. We're selling them to good homes that will love them and care for them, look after them and treat them the respect they deserve, sort of. So let's just park up next to this thing a minute. This is my new water tank, and as you can see, it's got 6,900 litres of water, I believe, in it, so it's 94% full. But the cool thing is that when that's empty, I can drag that where we just were, the waterfall. There's just like a pond, a stream below it. You literally drag that to the stream, back into the stream, get the wheels into the stream, and you can fill this water tank with water. So in other words, you're not paying for your water. There are no water rates here. It's free. Great, isn't it? And obviously you drag that up to the pigs, and at the appropriate side, the pen, there's one for food, there's one for water, one for bedding. You literally just draw up next to the water trough and fill the water as and when it's required, and it doesn't need it that often, which is really cool. And I want to get a van. There's a really cool mod for a van with all these fold out doors that I like, almost like suicide doors. I really like it, but it's $54,000. And I've spent quite a bit of money. I've only got 33 left. But when the harvest is harvested and sold, hopefully I'll be sitting on a pretty penny. I'm hoping to get at least, don't know, I'll say 40 to 50,000 on what's growing or what's grown. Plus, obviously, I've been selling wood like a madman as usual. So by the end of today, I'm hoping to be at least 50 grand richer. That's the plan, anyway. Now, what better way, while you're waiting for it to stop raining so you can harvest that wheat, what better way to spend your time than cutting down trees that are going to be in your way? And what I really like about this chainsaw, it's cheap and cheerful. There's many other ways to be doing this with machinery, but just doing that, getting rid of all the branches that you really don't need, because they get in the way. They're a pain in the arse, they really are. As you can see, we're shaving this tree, and then we'll cut it. The longer you can cut these logs that you can carry, Obviously, you've got to think about how you're going to get them to the various places that will buy them. But literally, something about that long. Now, it doesn't matter whether you can't pick that up. Let's try. No, see, that's too heavy for me to pick up. But that's what... Where is it? Where is it? That's what that machine over there is for. That is fantastic. I love using that machine. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Meanwhile, let's finish off with this tree. So that tree basically gave me 2 decent sized logs, and obviously I wait until this thing's full before selling them. But the bonus is that, as obviously, if you could, it saves time if you can carry it by hand if it's not too heavy. And the cool thing is that, like all objects, you can manipulate them, spin them around, and load up whatever it is you're going to carry them to the barn or wherever it is you're going to sell them is. In my case, the biomass dump, and press square to throw it. And if you're not happy with it quite in there, just tickle square again and put it right to the end. Look at that, so cool. But I love this machine. I couldn't afford to buy it, and there are probably better machines out there, but it wasn't too bad for leasing, so I leased it. But I have really got the hang of this thing. I really like it. And obviously it's time consuming, but it's well worth it once you've cleared the land. Oh look, that's a log. Oh yeah, I remember that log, yeah. That's what is left. This was all trees again, it really was. Little bit that way. And it's a real learning curve using this thing, but once you've got it, it's so cool. Oh, can you hear that? Exactly. My harvest is ready. The rain has stopped. It's time to make that $1. So, that's enough of that. Anyway, I've got money to deposit, so I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cheerio. Toodle pip.